definitely think Phantom's going to be sticking for the Steve here, recognizing that in a lot of these situations, right, Steve can take advantage of Lucina's kind of mediocre recovery in certain situations, how you can catch Mr. E kind of force situations like with the walls and mold neutral into your game, where Lucina, while she wants to get over aggressive early on, she doesn't really have the longer combo tree to make up for that, you know? So it's kind of just like, if the Steve can get the materials you need and get the Steve game going, it's a little bit tough for Mr. E to make the trek back, unless he's just kind of turning up. And instead, fortunately for Mr. E, you got to turn up, and that Dolphin Slash is not the way you turn up, buddy.
That's turning down. But yeah, no, I mean, Mr. E trying to go for these offstage down airs, going for these edge guards as well, but allowing for Phantom to come back on the stage, not really what you're looking for. Getting some straight hits as well. Definitely does help that some of Lucina's options combo into each other, especially that Nair 1 into any sort of aerial. Gets the back air to kill Phantom right there. 61% trying to push Phantom off that crafting table, which you can do when they're crafting. So solid lead right now from Mr. E. He's playing solid, pretty patient against Phantom, understanding that you can get your diamond, you can get all these materials as much as you want. If you're not hitting me with them, it does not matter.
Dude, the amount of anime protagonist tweets I've seen from Mr. E about Steve specifically, of I've commanded the Steve matchup now. No Steve will take it over me unless it's the best Steve in the world. Mr. E, I mean, it's working. Every time I see this guy fight Steve, he gets better and better. He's been better, like he's been mentioning, playing around the crafting table, of forcing situations with the walls, making sure they go down as fast as you physically can, and not giving the Steve time to get materials up. It's going to be huge in a matchup like this, because you can get those walls up, you can't get those empowered minecarts, and it puts him in such an awkward position, but Mr. E's still looking to make it back here. Low material bar, can we get a punish here? Having to roll in, we're just rolling for days.
Smash 4.
Don't incite that name here, not in this house. not in my college.
Yeah, but not
I will call the dean.
Not a lot of materials coming out from Phantom. Oh, and the Dolphin Slash to punish the F Smash coming out from Phantom. Mr. E utilizing his frame data to AT. Right now getting hit with the berry. Potentially going to lose that stock. Definitely does lose that stock. But without any materials, Phantom can't really capitalize on this at all. And it just comes down to Mr. E doing a good job of managing Phantom's material for her. And right now getting hit with a little cheeky little NIL combo. Nothing much. Does still have a stock. So Mr. E very willing to take this damage so long as he can find some of his own. These aerials diminish or get rid of these blocks so quickly.
I'm loving how Mr. E is making every moment count in this matchup.
Yeah.
Not playing casual, not letting Steve mine for free. Destroys the crafting table, destroys the floating around blocks there, destroys the wall with the fadeaway aerials, not giving Phantom a second to collect themselves.
Yeah. Constantly
in a position to do your thing. Unfortunately, if you're playing active all the time, that leaves you open to reversals, which Phantom goes for right there, sync another wall. Mr. E again, wrecking situations like that, getting back in there, not letting the Steve get comfortable. You have no materials to play on your last stock. You have diamond tools, of course, but you have a stock to play with. Mr. E is not too worried about this and looking to get active here and find as much extra credit as possible, especially on college campus, bro. That extra credit counts.
No, definitely.
Not every person is going to give you the extra credit, bro. I'd say take it.
Wait, if the opportunity presents itself, you take it no matter what. We're seeing if Mr. E can make this count right now, going for this edge guard, maintaining stage control as well. Understands that Phantom definitely does want to stay in the corner just to try and mine, and that just gives Mr. E stage control. If Phantom decides to come in, he's gonna get hit. She's gonna get hit with an aerial, like a forward air or a back air that just walls him out, which is kind of insane to say. I mean, that sword, that range helps out. That Dolphin Slash not gonna help out though. Wait.
Fortunately, a little errant there, but has the right idea to catch that immediate out of shield option there from ledge. The forward throw into the wall, looking for another follow-up there. Phantom with the immediate empowered minecart doesn't get back in. Down tilt into up tilt. That's the kind of stuff there you only recognize where it happens more than once. So that's what he's been practicing the matchup. Recognizing situations in the last hit scenarios. And I made the joke earlier, but truly I do believe he has been getting better than the Steve matchup slowly but surely. And that's why I love the new wave of top players recognizing, okay, you know what? Steve's broken. I got to hold that, though. I'm going to make it count. I can destroy crafting table. I can force him off crafting table so you can get your diamond tools there. I can pressure your walls to fade away forward. I can find conversions, but with my grab off those walls as well. And while Steve has everything under the sun and more, I have the opportunities given to me, and by golly, I'm going to make it count.
Yeah, I mean, these aerials are just really strong. They also break minecart from one hit. They also follow through, and they will hit Phantom and Steve when they try to go for it. I mean, that's like their best burst option, which they're going to go for a lot, especially after setting up these walls. Not able to get the second anvil just in time. Mr. E gonna take that once again to the bank, poking with that down tilt, just doing such a good job at this grounded gameplay, using his tilts to keep Phantom away, even though Phantom kind of doesn't want that to happen. Trying to go for a forward air on that TNT. Not gonna get it just yet. Ooh, I like that spike. Not gonna get much out of it. Gets that back air, punishing the anvil. And it's weird because like Steve has so many committal options. And Mr. E's just gonna be there and punish it. Gets that forward air off. Even with the anvil, just runs back, goes for an up tilt, F tilt. A lot of different options that you can punish. Gets the down smash right there from Phantom. So we're back to square one on second stock.
Yeah, Mr. E, really good counter adaptation there, recognizing that Phantom is going to be going for that aggressive option, run of the stage. Phantom looking to slow the things down here, recognizing, like, okay, Mr. E playing around my walls really well, playing around my carts in really well. I'm not going to really focus too much on setting my walls, more so hitting my material, the backfill in my back pocket, filling it up. So when the time comes, when I can find it up, when I recognize Mr. E is going to go in for that aggressive option, I can punch accordingly, like with a grab there, and we're going to make that count. 71%, could have found more there, but that's the essence of Steve. Definitely going to take it all the way to the bank. Going to punish him for that aggressive down air on shield as well. Looking to play the ledge. The answer to Mr. E playing aggressive and forcing you out of your Steve shenanigans is to get aggressive-er.
Yeah.
I made that word up. I don't care.
But the thing is,
Deal with it, buddy.
Mr. E is doing a really good job of just catching these moments when Phantom wants to get aggressive with his aerials. Gets the up smash. Not going to kill just yet. Phantom going to resort back to mining. Setting up that 2x1 block. Trying to go for the F smash. Trying to mix it up. Shield breaker not going to come in just yet. I love that forward air to break those blocks, just to give himself an avenue to come back onto stage. What can Phantom do? Just setting up an obstacle course against Mr. E, trying to see what options he has. No armor, no gold as well for Phantom, and not a lot of materials to work with. An amazing parry. Comes out to nothing, gets hit with the forward air. Mr. E forced once again to recover, somehow landing on the block. Gets hit with the up there. That is going to be second stock, but Mr. E definitely primed to taking the second stock off of Phantom as well.
See, Mr. E immediately coming off of that Angel platform, pressuring with the forward into the down tilt on those iron blocks. Phantom recognizing Mr. E wanting to get active and take the stock as soon as he physically can, and gonna punish it with a reversal of their own. Looking to catch him with another grab, forward throw coming out, getting those materials up as long. Do not want to burn that diamond there, so just playing with the bare fist. That dancing blade is going to do it there, keeping it to the regular red form. Now, last stock scenario, Phantom in a much better position than game number one. Still lacking a little bit on materials, but again, the more aggressive game in this game number two is working out in spades.
Yeah, it definitely helped Phantom's favor that Mr. E landed on those blocks, because he was trying to mix up all these kinds of recoveries, especially as Lucina, where you need to break those blocks. You do not want to see those blocks whatsoever on that ledge. So breaking it, trying to jump over it. Phantom was ready for that forward smash, catching that jump out from Mr. E. Good stuff. I mean, Mr. E has been mixing up his options, trying to go for these dolphin slashes to punish Phantom going in, and then finding ways to recover as well onto that ledge. Phantom doing an amazing job in that game right there, holding it down, brings it to game number 3, and back to PS2 we go.
Yeah, I definitely like the approach back to PS2 here for Mr. E. You definitely have a lot more of the platforms to play around with to avoid Steve going in for those grabs a lot. Phantom found a lot of that momentum there off of their grab, so being able to escape to those platforms is going to be a big part, especially with your fade through the platform into an aerial. Have a nice conversion there, the nair into the F smash. Mr. E now, again, opting for the exact same game plan, but now instead of running in for those preemptive aerials, now playing a little bit more reactive here.
Yeah.
And albeit you have, when a situation like this, while it's scary, you have time to play on the back foot.
Yeah, definitely. Forced to double jump right there. The TNT was posing too much of a threat for Mr. E, and somehow still getting hit right there, Phantom, by her own TNT. Gets hit with that back throw. Yeah, Mr. E doing such a good job of trying to go for these low edge guards. Understand that Phantom kind of wants to mix up her recovery as much as she can. Even with that dolphin slash, not going to do enough to take that stock. Mr. E trying to go for these near ones, trying to poke away, and going to get caught out with the F smash.
Jellyfish, you ever heard this phrase that rock beats rock if you hit hard enough?
I have not. I feel
I just made it up. I'm spitting though, am I not? I mean, honestly, like Phantom doing a great job of facing off with Mr. E's aggression with their own aggression, saying, you know what, if you're gonna sit here and swat away from me at ledge, I can't sit on my wall. Oh, I don't need walls, I'll just roll in, find an up tilt. Yeah. And you know how strong the Steve up tilt is, especially with the gold. I find so much of that advantage state here at the ledge. Unfortunately, getting caught on the back foot there with the nair, but 54 extra credit is definitely not too much to worry about right now.
Yeah, and what I'm loving from Fhantum is that she's catching Mr. E, reaching for a lot of these obscure reads, trying to go for dolphin slashes when Fhantum is up close, even going for these forward airs, just running back, waiting for Mr. E to commit to one of these aerials, and then getting a hit. But right now, on the back burner is Fhantum trying to find her way back in. Gets the up tilt, doesn't get that back air that she was looking for. Mr. E gonna answer back with a few aerials himself. He's gonna land on those platforms. Still is able to pressure with these down tilts on that bottom block. That's really all you need. You just need to break the bottom one, and that just applies enough pressure. But that forward smash gonna send Mr. E off stage. Gets caught jumping right there with the forward air. You know Mr. E.
Oh my! Oh, got through that.
Threads the needle.
Bro got through the Astrobot level. That was crazy. Still hanging on there. Got another empowered minecart into the PBR bear.
Yep.
Very good stuff there from Fhantum. And now recognizing that Mr. E is going for a lot of those faded aerials and countering with their own fade away aerials. Gonna find that. Now looking to catch three at the ledge as well. A little bit lacking here on materials, looking to play it more of the keep away game. 56% to play with means you have some time to get the material bar back up before you get knocked down to the last stock. Even if you do get, assuming you get knocked to the last stock, considering you still have diamonds here, you find the forward air, 85%, one more hit, and that's gonna be the one to do it. Fhantum saying, you know what, Mr. E, you're doing a really good job of countering my defensive Steve. So what am I gonna do? I'm still a Donkey Kong player at heart. I'm just gonna start pressing aerials in your direction.
Yeah.
And it's working because Mr. E, unfortunately, like, you're putting out good pressure on those walls. Like you said, mentioned, like doing like the forward air into the down tilt, breaking the walls, keeping good pressure up when Phantom's on the defensive. But when it goes to putting yourself out there on the line and throwing out those aerials, it also means you're going to be put in that end lag. And Fhantum can roll behind and take advantage with up tilt, or can go for that scooping forward air, find that spike hitbox, and all of a sudden, wait, I just pressured your wall. What happened? Oh, I don't care about the wall. I'm still Steve. I don't need the wall. It's really good, but realistically, I don't need it. I'll just box you up.
And a few times you also saw Fhantum punished with that forward smash. You can see a little bit more right now. Mr. E trying to go for these drifting aerials to maybe catch Fhantum dropping shield here and there, the roll to come back. Fhantum mining a little bit, going out for the minecart, playing super patiently, just setting up these blocks, understands that if Mr. E can get in, if he can, trying to get in, not going to get much left.
Fhantum set up that wall there specifically for Mr. E to break it. Again, Mr. E went for that forward air to destroy that dirt wall, and Fhantum went for that grab afterwards. Now, Phantom went from, oh man, I can't set up walls, to, okay, you want me to set up walls? Here, buddy. It's a mouse trap right there. There's a little piece of cheese, that little piece of wall, go ahead, break it. And I'm just gonna find my grab, and you're dead at 107%.
Really good bait right there from Phantom. Kind of just shows her knowledge of, ooh, I respect my statement.
Great conversion there, though.
It's a very, very good conversion. Now we're back onto the same percentages. Yeah, I'm really liking that Phantom is kind of understanding Mr. E's play style, understands what he wants to achieve while playing against the Steve. He's doing it right now. Not a lot of walls being built right now from Phantom, instead getting hit by a lot of these retreating forward airs. Go to the pivot F tilt just to break that block. Once again, Mr. E playing as patient as can be, but gets hit by the up tilt, trying to go for a roll. All right, Phantom.
Great pressure there. No, that was really good. Minecraft forcing Mr. E to put in that back position. Can't go for a reversal there. Looking back as soon as you possibly can with that Elytra. But now you're locking the material bar there. Mr. E going to take advantage of that every day of the week. Now sitting here in advantage. Now forcing unfortunately, as if you have to put those walls, play defensive against your materials back up. And Mr. E, that's exactly where you want you to be. But Phantom looking not too worried about that whatsoever. Even with the minuscule materials right now, in the iron, the tools up, definitely nothing to slouch whatsoever, because as soon as you get overextended one time, Phantom is looking for it. He smells the butt in the water, and she wants that stock. And that's it. Finds the NIL consistently there.
And hits it every single time, I swear. She does not miss her confirms. But yeah, like you saw a little bit earlier, Phantom setting up these walls, understanding that Mr. E wants to come in maybe with the pivot F tilt, even down tilt for that matter. Just going in for a dash attack. Moves that hit past that wall. Right now, Phantom trying to find a way through this wall of aerials from Mr. E. Still not finding a way back onto stage. I love this pressure, these empty hops coming out from Mr. E as well to maybe force Phantom to go low or force her to waste her jump, trying to go for the shield break, but a really good roll from Phantom. So keen, just waiting for these overextensions, these overcommitments from Mr. E. Not going to take the stock just yet. The up smash, going to do a lot of percentage.
The double up smash. Yeah, getting a little too over aggressive there in that last hit scenario. Phantom feeling pretty confident about that read, lets it rip, gets caught in that scramble situation. Mr. E, very good, keeping it together towards the end and finds it, brings us to another game number 5. Honestly, it's the adaptation really that need to happen here. Mr. E is like recognizing it towards the end of this is, okay, Steve's not playing the less defensive game. So Phantom's getting really aggressive. You know what happens when Steve gets really aggressive? Steve runs those materials really fast. We saw when they had like the one offstage situation, Mr. E took like 50%, and yeah, just had the crazy Astro Bot wall shenanigans.
Yeah, right.
Right? But they had like 3 materials left after that happened. You want to like, if you're gonna play the offensive game, yes, he's gonna be outputting more damage, but as long as you can have your SDI on point and avoid a lot of these combos in these routes, you can answer back once the Steve is broke and has nothing left in the pocket.
Exactly. We'll see what Phantom can and get her materials this time. If she can maybe pull some tricks out of her own sleeve against Mr. E, who tries to go in for that grab, gets hit. The up smash actually going to take that stock there. Whew, Phantom on a roll right now.
Yeah, recognizing again, Mr. E's been a little too predictable with that forward air out of disadvantage state, albeit it's a good option in this match, but you let it go too many times. No matter how good an option is, it becomes bad after a while. Looking to pressure that wall from out of the corner. Phantom still finds her way out of there, but gets caught with that roll in with that grab. Mr. E being much better, recognizing Phantom's and using the roll as a panic option, punishing accordingly, going super deep there. I love the Elytra angles, but still pressuring accordingly. Even with the reverse Dolphin Slash, Steve is keeping the pressure and getting tossed in the corner again and again.
Hits it with the down smash, not going to kill just yet. I love that Phantom is also going for these 2x1s, not only as a way to maybe start setting up mining, but also as a mix of what a pivot grab on that legend.
Mama. Nice tech in place here with the minecart, looking to catch Mr. E on the back foot. Still taking a lot of damage for your troubles there. Looking to face off out of the corner. Caught there with again the cascading walls, like you mentioned. Once given a lot max rage here on the Steve. Mr. E needs to stock yesterday, and up throw. Honestly, we're on the cusp of an up throw. Might be able to do it here. The empowered minecart are going to catch you, getting back, getting as much of these materials as you possibly can. Looking to find it, gonna finally gonna drop back from ledge, shark up with that upper, breaking the crossing table again, playing that Steve counterplay, and now you have some time, not too much time, but something to get some damage on the board here.
All right, but enough time for Phantom to also get Diamond, gets that falling up air, catches it with another up air. Good damage so far from Mr. E, just forcing Phantom
no
without
materials!
the materials to come back on the stage, trying to delay their recovery right there by just sending out some Phantom blocks, not getting much out of it.
Say that again.
Phantom blocks?
Say that again.
Phantom blocks?
Oh. Anyways. The quadruple walls coming up the side. Phantom getting as fast as quick as possible to build those materials up out of the corner there. 109. Mr. E found that with almost 0 to death there on that last stock. Playing that phenomenally, recognizing again, when Steve gets put in the corner, you gotta make it count. Mr. E made it count.
Yeah. On the corner, no materials as well. Phantom's really struggling. Has some gold to work with. Unfortunately, gonna lose that iron due to crafting that table. Once again, just trying to go for these stone tools, setting up these walls, but it's only delaying the inevitable, at least what seems like the inevitable for Mr. E as he's looking to take this game. I like the Elytra angle, but a little bit too fancy right there. An amazing B reverse shield breaker from Mr. E, just answering back, just accepting these trades right now from Phantom, understanding that, hey, you're at last stock, you're at 115, this is tournament stock for you. I can afford to go for these crazy aerials, going for these crazy trades. Gets the roll read, back air, I'm sorry, back throw.
Going super deep as fun does it, but finds the second one there, putting Phantom in that untakeable position. Mr. E putting on an absolute masterclass in the anti-Steve tech. Let me tell you why. There was 2 modes that Mr. E abided by there. The first one we saw in game number 1, early on, right, is, okay, I'm going to be countering camping Steve. Phantom was putting up those walls early on, playing the defensive game. Mr. E did a fantastic job of catching Phantom, holding back a little bit too much, catching him on the back foot, and forcing the Steve into the corner over and over again, and you couldn't get those materials up.
Yeah.
Then Phantom counter-adapted, said, okay, you know what? You're going to catch my Steve playing backwards, throwing out constant pressure and keeping me damage in the corner. I'm just going to get aggressive. Steve can do that. That's exactly what Phantom did. And then Mr. E being put back in the corner, recognizing that, okay, he's getting whiff punished there for throwing those aerials early on, couldn't do much there and got caught. Mr. E then employed his second form of Steve counterplay. You know what? If you're going to play aggressive Steve, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the exact opposite. Yeah. I'm going to slow it down, going to catch this Steve overextending, and then when the going gets tough, when your material runs low, then you know what's going to come out again? Defensive Steve. You got to play defensive Steve.
Yeah.
And as we saw earlier, I'm ready for that. It's a feedback loop of force Steve into a bad position. Okay, I'm going to get aggressive now. Yeah, you take some of that damage, but now you burn the material bar, and I can't do my combos. I can't lead into the longer tools, and suddenly I'm in the driver's seat again. If you have the character and the courage and the mental tenacity to face off against Steve and to play this to the end, that by the skin of your teeth to the game 5, you'll find it. And Mr. E found it perfectly there.
Amazing analysis right there.
Thank you.
That was just perfect the way that you said it. It really is kind of just like switching from kickboxing to southpaw, in a sense where like
you're
like trying to counteract their play style with maybe, you know, offensive trying to go defensive, defensive trying to go offensive. Mr. E was just so keen and understood what Fhantum wanted every single time, a bit quicker than what Fhantum, you know, was expecting as well, forcing Fhantum sometimes into these positions where she has to play defensive in favor of Mr. E as well. So we're going to see another Steve come in A9, and we got another Sword character coming in, Stars, with his Cloud.
I really hope you guys like the last set because we're getting a little bit more of that right now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, these two guys are much more exciting. We're going for a button. We have some time to talk about Thank God. I think it's going to be a much more interesting set because these players specifically are not likely to be here whatsoever. Both A